Jeez, Cat-Astrophe? Starring Speedy Gonzales. Andale, andale, arriba, arriba. As you guys can see, this game has the Mega Drive cover because this was not released. This version was not released in the United States. So we only have the Mega Drive cover. Now this game was also released for the Game Gear and for the Master System. Although the Game Gear version was released in North America. Let me actually check. Game Gear version was released in United States, Brazil, and Belgium for some reason. Master System version was released in Brazil and Belgium, and the Mega Drive version was released in all of Europe and only there. Now this game, and when I found this out, I was like, what? This game is made by Cryo. This game is made by Cryo, chat. This was released after Lost Eden, a Mega Race, Arriba, yes. Andale, andale, arriba, arriba. This was released after Lost Eden, but before Hardline. This game was released 1 year before Hardline, which means they were already working on Hardline when they released this. And I would like to think that those people were working on that game. And then they would like, okay, we need to finish the Speedy Gonzales game real quick. Guy who worked on the music for Hardline worked on the music for this game as well. So, I don't know. This is the only Genesis game Cryo released. Or Game Gear or Master System. Evo is one of your all-time favorite SNES games. I think I've had that game recommended to me before. I'm not familiar with it. Take a brief look. Oh. Alright, cover art is very good. Yes, I have seen... Yeah, no, this game looks amazing. I do want to take a look at it sometime. Alright, yeah, it's from Enix before they merged with Square. No, it is not the same studio. Evo is Japanese. It's Enix. This one is Cryo. They are French. I mentioned Cryo developed Lost Eden before this game and Hardline after it. But no, it's not at all related to Evo. No. But yeah, this game was Lost Eden. Yeah. Now I like to just take a quick look back. And just look at the amazingness, whatever. That is something like this. This is a French game. Based on an American intellectual property of a Mexican character. Published by a Japanese company. And now in the hands of some random Brazilian asshat. Like... I don't know, the fact that the French worked on a video game about a Mexican mouse to be published by a Japanese company is just so weird. For some reason, it's also... Yeah, crazy how things work out sometimes. Yeah, precisely, it's... Now, I did have someone mention once that they did play a Speedy Gonzales game that was very good. Now, the only other... There are two more Speedy Gonzales games after this. There is a Game Boy one and there is a browser flash game that we'll be playing on this stream. Now, when they say they played a good game, I think it has to be this one because we did play 2 others or 3 others before this. They were not bad, but they're not good either. So I have high hopes for this. This is ranked, of course, critics' ranks don't mean anything. It is ranked higher than Hardline. Is this game secretly better than Hardline? That's impossible. Let's take a look at the back of the box. One player Sega Cheese Cat-Astrophe starring Speedy Gonzales. You have a very big Sylvester holding a mouse very awkwardly there. There's some nice background art. There's some very nice background art on that screenshot. Sylvester's alter ego, the dastardly Dr. Cheesefinger, has kidnapped the cheese supply and Speedy Gonzales' girlfriend, Carmel. Can the Speedy Mouse outwit the Callous Cat and rescue the village cheese supply? Is that the same? It's about the same plot as every other Speedy Gonzales game, I think. Hello there, Mac. Welcome in, my friend. Right, and then... Oh, the backgrounds are amazing. Oh, is that like some kind of cheese cave? Backgrounds are fantastic. And then everything else is in different languages because... L'alter ego del gatto Silvestre, il nobile Dot Cheesefinger, ha fatto sperare tutte le scorte di formaggio assieme alla fidanza di Speedy Gonzales Carmel. Sarà il grado il nostro Speedy topo di sconfiggere il gatto, recuperando le scorte di formaggio di tutto il paese. Yeah, there we go. You guys got all of that. For use with PAL and French CKM Mega Drive systems, of course, for the French. Yeah. There is credits to Merrily We Roll Along, which is a different song from the Looney Tunes main theme. That one is the merry-go-round broke down. And it has Indicia all over it again. Last year you learned about a company called Funcom from Norway. They developed a few games on SNES and Mega Drive. I've heard of Funcom before. Funcom. That name is not... Yeah, it's from Oslo. They're still doing stuff. They worked on the Dune Awakening game. Let me see. Oh, they worked on Pocahontas for the Genesis. Oh, wait, they worked on NBA Hang Time? I freaking love. I have the box for that game. Okay, they used to be good. At least, I can say that much. I still have my... Hang on. Might as well. Like, when else am I gonna show that stupid ass box? I don't even know why I have it. Your Norwegian company is responsible for this. So, thanks? This... I paid $2 for this. It has a price tag, $2. I really liked this game back then. It was the closest I could get to NBA Jam by the time I had no console anymore. There's awesome artwork. It is. I still remember. I can still hear the theme song playing in my head. NBA. Hang time. Yeah, it's yeah, whatever. I should. There's no reason for me to play that on stream because you see one match is the same all along, but it's so good. It has a lot of customization for the characters that is really jacked in a good way. It's supposed to be like NBA Jam but better, but it doesn't have the same announcer, and that's kind of like half the game. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this game. We're hold on to your heads, we're going French. Sports games are best with co-op, I think. I have played very little sports games with... Well, I have played very little games with other people in general. But sports games are usually bland. I can enjoy them on occasion. We've had way too many sports games on this retrospective already. I'm sure there are more. Probably. Alright, but let's get started with the game over here. Let me get this out of here. Let me pull this up. Get the game ready, get the timer ready. 1, 2, 3, go. fun, if a bit silent. Okay, at least it's not trashed, like last Warner Brothers logo we saw in the previous game. Select your language. All right, yeah, whatever, English. We can use Espanol. Would that be more accurate? Did you guys see the smooth ass animation? How many frames was that? Hang on, I have to see that again. Pay attention to Speedy's animation when I select the language. That was like 12 frames or something. Okay, I'm already in love with the... it remembers. It's the box artwork. It doesn't look too good here, I guess. I'm saddened about the music. Once upon a time in a small village of Mexico. Hello there, Musifate. Welcome in, my friends. Welcome to French gaming. Holy shit, what is all those frames? This one is like playing a cartoon. Holy shit. What is all of that, man? Jesus, okay, I don't want to reset because it takes too long. Can I just press start? Small piece of good news, no data caps now. Huzzah! Yeah, my internet seems to be back on track. I have to see that again, man. That's way too many frames. And then you have like the gigantic Sylvester sprite with multiple frames of animation. That kind of pushes the boundaries of how many pixels the Genesis can refresh that quickly. Look. That's way too much stuff, man. Okay, yeah, cryo, everyone. That's French gaming for you guys. Okay, you have passwords, civilized, options, difficulty, and sound test. Whatever. We go on default difficulty. Find me some carrots, Doc, and I just might be able to help you. I mean, it's so weird to see Bugs Bunny in a Speedy Gonzales game. World 1, the desert, the sand dunes. I mean, like, did the license include Bugs Bunny out of nowhere? Okay, I don't see a timer, so we are in no rush. There is a pepper on the top left. We have 5 hats, then we have 5 Speedy Gonzales, and we have 1 burger patty. Man, that turning around animation, look at that. Way more frames than you need. Oh, okay, the hats are spent. There is a running... Okay, the burger patty is a cheese wheel. I want to understand how this works, because I did run over... Oh, it's using the pepper on the top left. It really went all out on this game. And it's pretty good. We got a bit of parallax with foreground and everything here. It's very colorful. Can you jump on enemies? You can. Wait. If you hold up and jump, he does a boxing glove or something. It seems, of course this is the first stage, but it seems very forgiving because I took a bunch of hits already. Okay, we do have health pickups. Do you jump higher if you run and jump? I think barely, but yes. Like here, if I'm running like this, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you do actually. No, you don't. You don't. I was just jumping from a slight elevation. Oh, they're getting some VHS. Very smooth sine curve on that bird. Yeah, it's about as good as I expected. And for now, it does feel like it's a lot better than the previous ones. Okay, how do I get there? Fancy looking. It is. It is very fancy. Oh, look, it's that guy that I can never remember the name of. I can't kill it. The intro animations were astonishingly good. Yes. Oh, I have more hats. It's literally the only Genesis game made by Cryo. What? Game? Hi. No, they can't be getting all the peppers. I dropped it there on purpose. There is stage down here. Can I leave now? Oh, the enemies respawn. Also, I think this is way further back. Rescue all the amigos, but then they would have like a something on screen to show me that I'm missing people. The SNES game did show you that you needed to rescue people. And you didn't. Gracias. Yeah, I know, I have that alert written down as something I need to get done. Gracias, señor. The thing is, like, I felt like the stage was pretty long already. Oh, do I have to kill this guy? But I can't. I love that emote. What? Why do they change color if I... Okay, that's a hidden bonus. Favorite DOS game? It's probably my favorite LucasArts adventure game. It's definitely the adventure game I've played the most times. I used to beat it like once a year. I don't know, this stuff feels like more like bonus than anything else. No, I haven't played Fate of Atlantis more. I played a lot of Fate of Atlantis, and I was talking about that last stream, I never beat it. Oh, that was like poison cheese or something? I'm very close to death, by the way. No, you can't be going to every single hole and trying to... Okay, we got some cheese. So many holes. Yeah. Okay, we have released 3 of these. And now we're back to the start of the stage. All 3 were on holes that were exposed. None of them were on secret hidden holes. Oh. So let me see if that's it. You have to find all of them. It just so happens it's exactly 3. Problem is, I'll be taking damage from the cat guy. This... I managed to avoid taking damage, good. Oh, the guy was hidden behind the... Oh, now it's telling me to go down here specifically. So it was probably... It was probably finding all the guys? Oh. Oh, is this guy helping us? Okay, white flag means we died. It's a French game, of course he uses a white flag at some point. I'm sorry, couldn't resist. Wait, this is a secret... It's a hidden hole because you have to break the box and he had someone to be rescued. We don't have any more hats to break boxes. Sounds like something a drummer would say. Drummers, am I right? Tell me about it. I had a friend that was a very good drummer, and I had a friend that wasn't a very good drummer. And the main difference between the two is that the one that was not a good drummer, you could barely hear anything else. He put all his anger and unresolved issues into his drumming. So all you heard was the drumming. The other one was like very chill. Yeah, I'm here, I'm drumming, whatever. So we could actually hear the other instruments. Oh. That is the weirdest jump. I'm trying to get out of the thing. I had. But don't worry, it's not specifically because it's a drummer. That goes for all my friends. I had friends. Got some health back. Oh, I landed right on the thing. Hello, greetings, Zofair. Thank you so much for the 666 bits. I will update. I feel bad about it now. I will update the about section. It has listed all the bit amounts. It will be there if it is if I have made that alert. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, sorry, and thank you for the bits. I did remember it, but I remembered it. But by the time I was sitting in front of my computer, it was way too late for that. I was still working on fixing the internet issues. But I thank you so much for the 666 bits. That's a good number. You had a drummer friend in the skills side, got a full scholarship to college for it. Okay, that sounds pretty good. For a drummer. Ow. Were they just paying him to, like, not play the drums? Because sometimes people misinterpret. Where is the guy? I need the guy back. Do I need to... Okay. There we go. Hello there, Music Theory, Avi, to you. Yes. D&D is done. How's Cryo, Gonzales? Oh, the jury's still out. The music is Genesis. The mechanics are weird, like I can't finish the stage. The graphics are good, some of the animations on the cinematics are amazing. Okay, do I have to find some hidden guy in here? Yeah, there is a guy here. Managed to get through Sunken Temple today, in spite of people constantly quitting the party. They all get sunk. Did you leave your friends to drown? That's not very nice of you. I have to go after the thing. It doesn't come back if I'm not looking at it. The guy that worked with programming on this game, he never worked on anything after this. He did like about 6 games, I think, and this was the last one. I would guess that this is like his best work. Like he knew he couldn't do any better, so he just quit while he was ahead. You managed to fulfill all of your quests. Folks kept saying I gotta go, then just vanished. You kept managing to fill the spots. Sounds like my days with MMOs. Where most of the time was spent... Oh, okay, that's where we had to... Shit. Ah, crap. I don't have to be here. I lost a life. Yeah, there were nights where most of the day... Where most of the playtime was spent just trying to get the group filled. Real life comes first. The sunken temple is absurdly huge. Does it come first, though? I mean, it does. Shoot it. Like, I'm sure that, you know... If your wife is giving birth to your firstborn son, I'm sure the firstborn will still be there after we clear the dungeon. Okay, we moved on to the Rocky Mountains. Did one of your party, the cleric whom wears plate, fell into the ocean, and the druid decided to rescue her. There's a shark. As a result of having both healers away without leave, your wizard lizard, who is very squishy, died. You know what you should do in that situation? You should... I'm gonna be alone with no healers. You know what? I'm going into the water to help. I'm helping. You're a lizard, you can survive underwater, right? I don't know how lizards work. Got better thanks to literal Deus Ex Machina. Well, at least it got better, that's what matters, right? Still be there in time to clear the dungeon, yeah. Still be there in time to organize a party to clear the dungeon pretty easy. Wait, what does the game want from me here? I feel like this would be death if I jumped down. Water is good for lizard folk. Yeah, next time, just follow the healers. I think that's death, and I can't jump any higher. I'm so annoyed that there's very little in terms of sound effects. Like when he does this thing here, he should do an andale, andale, arriba, arriba, but he doesn't. Okay, I'll try to jump across then. I tried to grab that, it didn't work. Okay, this is the second time the game has made me very confused. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. I only realized what that was supposed to sound like when I spoke it out loud. Good going. Good going. In a good Brad Pitt voice. Gorlame. Gorlame. Yeah. What am I? Jesus. I can't go in this. What is that? If you press A, you do that dash. If you press up and A, you throw that rope. Okay, maybe the manual probably says something about that. Okay, thank you. And when you use ropes, you use your... Oh shit, I can't go back in. When you use ropes, you use your peppers, because of course you do. Okay, I obviously need to get up there. I don't see one of those little things. That I struck before. And I don't think that bird goes all the way to the right. I can't go into these. Okay, I'm stuck again. Also kinda got that I wanna be a Sonic game type. They do that with... They have done that with every single Speedy Gonzales game. Definitely seems like a read the manual type of game. Fine. Fine. Where is my... Here. I need to actually... This. Okay, there we go. Game Boy Speedy was very Sonic-like. Yeah, SNES Speedy Gonzales was apparently it has a hack to turn it into Sonic. That's how proper for that the engine is. Alright. That's very small. Okay, now I can read at least. Press up to enter cave, entrance or a doorway. Up and A together to throw a lasso up to a hook. Down to make him look downwards. Start. A to activate speed dash, and up to throw lasso up, B to jump, and C to throw sombrero. Speedy's incredible speed can come in very useful. It is used for defeating enemies by running through them. It's also used for opening weak crates, which highlight when stood upon. Again, okay, so I can break those by running other than throwing my hat. Finally, can be used to gain extra acceleration for those extra large leaps that are sometimes needed. However, Speedy cannot keep the dash up for long without fuel. To refuel, he must collect and eat all the large chilies he can find. There's an indicator at the top left of the screen informing you how much fuel is left in the form of a chili that gets eaten more and more as your fuel runs low. On each level there will be carrots scattered around. Speedy must collect these to give them to Bugs Bunny at the end of the level. If he does this, Bugs Bunny will give Speedy a password. If he uses the password, enter screen on the title screen, press all to start from the level he just finished the next time the game is played. You need to collect items to get the password? That's bullshit. Bullshit. If we need a password, I'll look it up. Like, straight up, like, no, find hidden items to enable a password is not a game mechanic I can accept. Sorry. Need to bribe? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. If I die, I'll find the password online. I don't care. Poison cheese, yes. Okay, I don't want to read about the levels. Okay, so my guess here is just jumping with dashing, probably. Yep. Holy. Ow. But the manual doesn't say anything about rescuing. Okay, I got an extra life up there. It doesn't say anything about rescuing. These clouds, I can't see the enemies. Yeah, it was a leap of faith. I'm trying to... Yeah, no, that pattern is not beatable. Hello there, Icy Bonobo. Welcome, my friend. Ow! Okay, I can get up here, and there is a passage here. Okay, this is one rescue. So you do need to explore everything to find a rescue, guys. I tried to kill that guy, I failed. You... The pattern on this thing! Of course I can't jump over it. Okay, another one of these. 34 bucks for a loose card. You want this in your collection. It's a reasonable price. Especially for a cryo game. I didn't... I can't run through them. That doesn't work. Is that it? That is it, yes. Okay. Anyone who didn't get here before, please watch the intro cinematic. Feast your eyes. Look at all the frames of animation. All of them. Don't blink. Here he comes. Look at the size of that sprite. So much stuff. Alright. Let's try to do better. So many frames. All the precious frames, yes. Give me the frames. Very pretty. It is. Game looks amazing. It controls fine, I guess. It has a feel like it's not pristine gaming, but it is. Remember, this game is ranked higher than Hardline, and I'm pretty sure they were already filming Hardline when they were working on this game. The colors are so GBA. Yeah, no, that's a good point. It does feel like a GBA game, yes. Very, very good colors. It's very bright. And some of those sprites, they aren't, but they feel like they are 3D renders. Like those scorpions. Those scorpions really feel like they are a 3D. What? I jumped on it. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country looking scorpions. Birds look Looney Tunes, insects look rare. Yeah, no, that's accurate. Ah, that's the poison cheese. Crap. Let me wait for it to wear out. There we go. Yeah, it is a cheese cave. I did mention that when we were looking at the screenshots. I missed all the cheese, by the way, because I fell into the hole. It was the first thing that I mentioned when looking at the screenshots at the back of the box, was the backgrounds. Wait, is this the one we have already gone? Yeah, I think it is. Sorry. Yeah, the first thing I noticed was that the background art is very good. Okay, I need to go into all of these. One of these I have already gone into, which was this one, I think. Did I do this one? I did, okay. We'll see, we're in a cheese wheel in a cave. Could be, yes. Ow. Almost dead. Another rescue. Cave. He doesn't stop running until the other guy runs off screen to prevent issues. That's one of the carrots you need for the continue, by the way. Do we keep going? We don't need to. I definitely wouldn't want to keep going if we wind up dead. Okay, full cheese. Okay. First segment completed. I don't think I care about those. Like chilies. Ow. I mean, it looks like he's throwing cheese. Isn't that what we want? Shouldn't we just stay there until he throws all the cheese? It looks like little pieces of cheese. Why are they damaging me? Why did I take damage from that guy? Jesus. Okay. You know what? Oh, it missed. Good lord. I almost... Okay, that's fine. I think we got some cheese on the way down there. So we carry a little bit of health. Okay, got that on the first attempt. But we are missing something. Good. Here. Probably this. Yeah. Yep, last guy. But the game tricks us to go over it. Oh god. Okay. The momentum for jumping on this game is a bit annoying. Okay, but it's not here anyway. Now back to find the exit. There. Hello there, Kibitz. Welcoming, my friend. There's a Coyote versus Acme movie next year. Yeah, we talked about that movie before. They're letting out like screenshots of the movie. I should finish the retrospective this year. I forgot that, like, I have to finish. I'm definitely have to finish it before December. And I would like to finish before Spooktober, but I don't think I'll be able to finish before Spooktober. And I don't know if I, like, pause this for... I can't... If I pause this for Spooktober, then I can't get it done for December. So Spooktober might be a bit not too spooky this year. Clearly don't pay enough attention to the movies, didn't know about that movie. There was a whole drama about that movie because they made the movie and then they were gonna just not release it and use it as a text right off. The internet got understandably angry. And then someone picked the movie up and now they're actually finishing it. Releasing it. Which is kind of the best marketing they could have gotten. How the hell do you avoid this? You can't rush. I went back because I know there is an extra light. Also, there is a rescue guy here. 2026. Sounds like it could be fun. Yeah, basically, Coyote is suing Acme because Acme, all the shit Acme sold to him is faulty. Loomtober. 2026 is too late for Looney Tunes humor. Is that the argument? I mean, like... the suing the company stuff. Oh, it feels surreal. Ah. Alright, no, I can't understand that argument. Okay, that's how you do that. Like, if he pulls up fully when he goes down, it takes a while before he can go fully again. That's when you jump. Okay, got it. So many companies pulling such dumb shit. Yeah, the latest stupid ass MasterCard and Visa bullshit, where they polish what you can spend your money on, comes to mind. Apparently that stuff that is blocked on Steam on most places isn't blocked down here in Brazil because we can't buy shit without using credit cards. And it's usually better anyway. Acme must be the worst tech company. I don't know, to me, canonically, Acme always felt like, of course, when they're selling shit that is like... Whenever Coyote orders things, to me in my head, I always understood that they sold him faulty shit on purpose. Because they're like environmentally conscious or something, don't want him to catch the Roadrunner. I don't know why, I always figured it was on purpose. And man, I'm putting in a lot of effort to do nothing proper here. The boys on shit. Even stupider UK mass surveillance. Oh yeah, that one too. And then now YouTube is like, oh, you watch. Your young kid likes history movies. He must be 6 years old. Other countries are preparing to follow. Yeah, no, that... The UK is always leading on that crap, isn't it? It's not the first time I've heard news of that. All of this a change to the worst oppression in human history. We're in serious trouble. That's the price you pay for letting everything be centralized. I saw something earlier about Marvel Rivals not gonna record voice chat to try and catch toxic behavior. Yeah, I did see that too. That's just an excuse that they can use so they can use your voice data to train AI. You know that, we all know that. I don't really give a shit. These days, the UK has been getting wild for a while. But not in a good way. There is a good kind of wild, and it's not the one that UK is going for, unfortunately. Oh, where the fuck did you come from? Jesus, this guy with these patterns, I swear to God. UK busts loose. We have to do the entire stage again. I don't like this stage, man. This is... Okay, I think the guys do stay released, so let me just move forward for now. I can't... It interrupted my running, but then it still went off. Just in time to screw me over, thank you. Vista Silvestre being wild for you is really ramping up lately. Yeah, and that's the parts that we know about. I can't do this part without taking damage. Shit ass. Everyone act if you have action. You can do though. When act against this false protecting the children, our children grow up completely oppressed and controlled. Yeah, we talked about this a lot before, and all I do agree with Fate in general. I'm unfortunately firmly on the ground of I've given up. I'm glad that's not everyone, but I definitely have. Shit, man. Okay, I think this one I have done. Yeah. I died around here. All is lost if we do. Yeah. Need another beer. You're playing okay being arrested for posting online. In Germany too. I wonder if jumping like this kills enemies. Okay, this game is a bit jacked, alright? A little bit jacked. I can't do this without taking damage, man. That's horrible. No! Wait, is that on purpose? You always stand up for children. Please. Please be careful with that kind of statement. If you're in a country doing it, you can call representatives. It's short, but there needs to be an outcrying by the masses because these laws are going to affect. Against the masses' will, we shouldn't sit by. The world is going to rot. Not everyone is in a country which is applicable. I don't know, man. Well, my country is trying to pass laws to regulate big tech companies, and force them to comply with our laws and stuff like that, which is kind of a good thing because those companies have too much power as it is. And you know, we have bigger fish to fry when it comes to revolting right now. Hope that doesn't sound unfair. Wait, that just... Oh, I kind of want that. Now, good luck getting out of here. Who would I revolt against? I don't know, I feel like the talk is on that subject right now is a bit serious and I don't want to give a joke answer. I would revolt against Ubisoft, fuck them. So I don't have a good answer for that. Regulation can be good or bad. Yeah, which is why I'm very not wanting to... Let me test. Ah, you can jump up to kill enemies like that. Okay. I try to... Whenever I try to be a bit fancy there, it bites me in the ass. Regulation can be good or bad, and... If you support it, then they're gonna make it so it's horrible. If you criticize it, then bad actors are gonna use your criticizing against your interests. Like, I don't know, man. I know it's not how I should. It shouldn't be my outlook on this stuff, but being quiet feels like the proper approach. If you speak up, it's gonna be used against you. I say that because here in Brazil, we had these protests back in 2012, 2014, something like that, that were very well intentioned, but then they got co-opted by all these bad actors and they plunged our country into some major bullcrap that we are still trying to recover from. So I don't know, I know that's not healthy, but I don't look at protesting as a good thing because it turned out horrible last time. If everyone had stayed home, things wouldn't be where they are today. I was in favor of the protests at the time. Does this game have Slowpoke Rodriguez? It should have, yes. Welcome Machine Locked Inside, so I haven't seen him yet. Depends on we're actually protecting the children. No, we never are. We're just making parents lazy. It's just... Everything they're doing should be the job of the parents. We should bring back village mentality so parents have proper support for raising children. Instead of making everything not their responsibility. One of the Oz books, there's a woman's army of revolt. They march to the Emerald City and say we're revolting. The guy that gets says you don't look it. If you don't speak it up, he'll be used against you too for a whole life. Yeah, at least that way I don't feel like I'm to blame. It's much easier to accept fault by inaction. And then I have people around me that I beg that they go vote and they refuse. So it kind of feels like a waste of effort so much of the time. I don't know what I have to do on this stage. I rescued everyone. I don't know where the exit is. Government raising the children self-parents creates a whole other can of worms problem, which leads to people using protected children's justification for all kinds of bullshit. Now, whenever I see those people say, think of the children, I know bullshit is up there. Like, I haven't fallen for that in ages. Is wild that society demands parents be yuppie helicopter parents. I think it's wild that we took the village away and now we expect both parents to work and raise the children alone. When that has never been possible in the history of mankind. I don't have any more hats. One of these sends me back. Is it this one? It is. Not the biggest setback. I have been up here. I'm running out of pepper, which is also rope. It's not pepper, it's chili, whatever. Not to be nosy, do you have kids? Of course not. If I'm speaking about children, it's because I don't have them and I should actually shut up. I know having children is difficult as all hell. Which is why I'm not putting the blame on the parents specifically. I'm blaming the fact that parents don't get the support net they need. Because families have become too isolated and insular. If the cats are counting, well, yeah, no, the cats... We have lost very little sleep over cats. It's nowhere in the same. It's a very easy way to offend parents. Oh, this guy is very difficult. There you go. If I ask your true honest opinion of your government, will be permanently banned here. Oh, the exit! Still another stage. You'll have no more lives, though. Probably scared of you due to how angry you'd be. I would be more angry. I would be more scared if you were. Why did I read it differently? How angry? I for some reason I read that as how horny you'd be, and I was worried. Enjoy the desert stage. It's cool to look at. It's not fun to play through. Right to have an opinion about plans of protecting the children is to protect children as much to do children as the number of children you have. I don't know if you are agreeing with me or criticizing me. I got confused by your argument. I'm sorry, I'm slow. I'm Rodriguez. Wait, what? Ah! Okay. Okay, I got it. You are agreeing with me. I can't jump down. Okay, yeah, no, I got it. Thank you, King Kong Scrap, for clarifying. There's another... Another mountain. We haven't rescued anything yet. And this has that same problem, right? You can't just go to the exit, you have to find the hidden whatevers. I really dislike games that do this. We've been getting a lot of that lately. Okay, that's a setback. More succinct. We should always protect our kids. Yeah, but we shouldn't believe people who say they want to protect children. It's like if someone tells you they want to protect children, they don't. That's the last person you should trust your children with. Look. I would probably be a safe person to take care of a child. You know why? Because I fucking hate children. I fucking despise the little shits. So I'll do everything to make sure they're safe and quiet, and please take them back. And never do that again. I don't want them any close to me. Now when someone says, I love children. I want children all the time with me. No. Unless they're a teacher. You guys, there are caveats, I guess. Don't believe the grift. There's an argument that the people making the protected children act protecting reach violators of the children. Yeah, that is a thing over there as well. That I am aware of, but it's not on the news down here. And I think that's kind of telling actually, because there's probably people down here that are implicated in that. So down here, if you say that guy's name, the guy that didn't kill himself. No one here ever heard of that name. It's just not talked about over here. Even though it is still relevant. Because you can be that sure that there are Brazilian politicians somewhere in there. Why wouldn't there be? Which is why when it comes to all that talk about the taxes being imposed on Brazil right now, some people are like, why? And the whole thing with that shit guy has to do with it a little bit, because it's kind of a trying to draw attention away from the other shit, but you can't talk about that down here because it's a no subject for now. So people are just left wondering. There are other reasons for the taxes being imposed, tariffs. Jesus. I think there is something to the left. Hang on. Yep. Get a little bit of health back, I guess. The other thing about the aggressive new censorship will hurt the children too. If you don't talk about the abuse, will happen more. Yeah, that's the same issue with like sex education in schools, right? If not teaching it helps abusers, because then the children will not know what's going on. But I keep the people divided, so they get hung up on other stuff and don't actually pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Even adults talk about what adults important to stop it too, even that's been censored. Yeah, that's true. Especially when you consider that a lot of the bullshit that happens involves family members. And then you know, you need the parents to know that it's an issue. They need to, yeah, because a lot of people are like, they just don't talk about that stuff, so they can't even recognize the signs of something wrong going on. Ow. Stop the censorship, not stop the talk about it. Good. Very good. Too much politics. Yeah, I don't try to polish what chat talks about, but I am feeling a bit of disconnect with the happy-go-lucky content we're looking at here and the heavy conversations we're having while it plays on the background. And yeah, have a good night and thanks for stopping by. Like, I'll be honest, these 3 to 4 hours that I stream every day are when I am able to turn off my brain. I haven't been able to turn off my brain outside of these times, so but I don't mind the conversations. But I feel like most people here might be here to forget the other shit. It's difficult because, like Musifet said, we have to talk about that stuff because it's the world we live in. Try to keep it balanced. It's fine. The stress is wrecking you. Yeah, no, I get that. I truly do, believe me. It's the only reason It's important that we talk about it to help process it. It's also important that we don't talk about it so we can get some relief. It's a difficult balance to reach. I tried to jump on that. Now this guy's freaking annoying. There we go. That... Okay. I did manage to finish his first segment without losing any lives last time. Managed to get to 6 lives eventually. Some of which is good. We need to dwell on it. We need to keep an open discourse about how we don't forget about 1-2 months to become complacent. I do agree, and here's the thing. One of the reasons I don't stop that kind of conversation or try to steer away from it is because I'm not gonna do anything about it because I've given up already. So I try to let other people do the needed work when they do show up. I don't want to be like, I'm not doing anything about it, I'm not letting others either. I did have to go back, right? Yeah. As far as you're concerned, you think you did good here tonight. Not necessarily anymore. Alright. We're back on the Rocky Mountains. I don't like the Rocky Mountains. There's too many fall pits and the snakes come out of nowhere. And then you have debris falling. And then you have the caves. You have to go into the caves to rescue the things. But then some of them just send you back. And I don't like this stage. It might be a Daffy Duck situation where the stages get better as we move on. That's what I'm hoping for. Also, those birds have the most random ass patterns. Keep the desert safe. Come on, Battle Mario. Have a heart. I didn't have any coffee today, by the way. I don't know why I let that happen, but I didn't have any coffee today. Man, how impossible it is to kill that guy, holy shit. Going to turn it off at a certain time, saying that you couldn't talk about most of outside of work. It's on your mind. You hope the next stage is saying sprite sad but changes the background to a sunset. I mean, that would be cool. I do like those different details, like... That's still one of my favorite things about art crits. Is the fact that you have the exact same city, but as you keep playing, it keeps getting darker because it's getting late. And they had to re-render everything with different lighting. And like, it's a lot of work and disk space, but I think it's such a cool detail. I still think that game, like, is flawed in a lot of ways. But it has so many good things about it. I still don't think I would recommend anyone playing it. I'm just... Okay, there's gonna be things dropping from above. Okay, now, one of these doors... Okay, this is just for bonuses. Ow! Jesus. I am reading through chat. Just so you are all aware. And I do agree with... Oh, there is... Okay, this helps. I almost died to that falling rock before I got to it. The momentum on this game is really weird. So you do need to grab a distance, and it's a bit weird how much distance you need. Jesus. Okay, one of these doors is rescue. Not this one, but that's a quick throwback, not a long one. Okay, good. Now this is a rescue. I really don't like that eye animation in the background that keeps opening and closing. It's disturbing. That is how you get up here. I don't know what I killed there, but I'm happy about it. Probably a bird. Okay, now here is the exit of the stage, but it's not there yet. We need to go here, which is going to send us a long way back. Still, we only lost one life, I think. Yeah, this is the last rescue. I wish they had a counter for rescues on the pause screen or something. Or that they just weren't required, but whatever. Jesus. Shit, I wanted to avoid the snake, but the rocks were coming. Your brain shuts down most things this time of the night. That's good! That lets you sleep. Can you teach me? Some days my brain refuses to turn off. Okay, the exit is available now. Please don't die right before the exit. Okay, we only lost one life, which is the one we got anyway as a bonus, so it's fine. Back to where we were. Where's the light switch? I know some people who have been desperate for years to turn their brains off. So if you do find the switch, please share with the class. I didn't used to have that issue, but I've developed it over the years. Shit. Okay, so wherever the first door I find is that one just takes me back. So skip it. What? Okay. Okay. A truckload of sombreros. Your best search for the light switch has been through exercise. You had to skip today though, locked down too much. My legs have been hurting. I took a few days of a break from my walking and running. And then I went back today. I took a few days of a break because my legs were hurting a little bit. Then I did like just 6 kilometers today and they're hurting again. Meanwhile, my heart is pumping to full speed. It doesn't even care anymore. So I don't know. I almost got lucky. Shit. Yeah, no, I'll just keep insisting until my legs build up. They're not damaged or anything, it's just my muscles taking a while to recover, I guess. Ah, you took forever to move. Pretty sure I just dropped down here. Yeah. Oh! Those things are so inconsistent to deal with. Wait. I think I run there. Yeah, okay. God damn it, I can't see that stupid enemy with a cloud in front of it. Scope it around. No, I can't call him for you. Welcome, Zarkov. In a while. Best thing you can do for your knees, develop supporting muscle around them. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Just doing more walking and running until the muscle does build up. Eventually. I messed that up a little bit. What? Okay, no, not okay, man. I lost 3 lives already. Can't get past the first... I still took... That enemy is bullshit. Also, it looks like its sprite is a bit broken. Like, look, how am I? And I took damage from both. The iframes is 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, 2 milliseconds. 2 seconds would be plenty. And of course you run straight into damage. But how do I... But I can't even jump there. And then I'm gonna die while I try to figure this shit out. Okay, I can't get up there. This shit is still here and...
Because your moves are weak, babe, okay? Hey, your moves are weak.
I've... Clouds in front of that guy again.
Knock knock. Who's there? Boo. Oh, don't cry. It's only me.
That feels like bullying. That one in particular. It's a good job, I guess. I wanted to jump, it didn't jump, I saved it. So, that one, how would I get to that one? I was gonna run, but then the thing... Like this? Is this what I have to do? Okay, there is a rescue in here. But I think it's always 3. This is just the second one we have found. I almost didn't make that jump. Is there... I don't see a thing to throw my lasso on. Or, oh, here, there is one here that I missed, okay. Oh, good. Jesus, I lost 3 hits to that. One of those rocks and I die. And they drop randomly. What now? I'm gonna die before I can even look around. 0 doesn't count as a life. I hate this game. I'm sorry, you can have the best animations ever, man. Game's too annoying. Let's look at the intro again. By far, it's going to end up being the only good thing about the game. Fine, the animations are good, backgrounds are good. If we can see past the first stage. That demo is for World 2. Haven't gotten there yet. I've only been playing this game for 1.5 hours, right? You shouldn't be able to make it past World 1 in 1.5 hours, right? That's just unreasonable, right? I can't stop his celebration. I have to wait for him to celebrate before I can keep playing. It would suck if I had a cutie pie who got abducted by someone who wanted to consume their flesh. Yeah, it does sound less than ideal now that you mention it. Like, if you want to consume her flesh, at least, you know, share with the class. Like, freaking Sylvester brings in the Speedy's girlfriend to class to consume her flesh, and then the teacher stops. Did you bring enough for everyone? And then it gets awkward. For more games, that would be reasonable. You know, the Bugs Bunny showed up in this. Yeah, he gives you a password if you get the carrots. You have to bribe the password out of him. It hasn't been a thing yet because we haven't made it past the first stage. I'm sure there's gonna be a boss fight that's gonna be jacked. Did you bring enough for the whole class? No, do I look like I'm made out of money? Like, what kind of question is that? Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know, can you? Well, I can't if you don't let me. Is that a yes or no, stupid ass teacher? Oh. Ah, the poison cheese. Slow motion cheese. I had a teacher when I was a kid. Everyone in class had the exact same complaint about the teacher. And then one day he decides he wants feedback. This is a class of like, I don't know, a bunch of 12, 13-year-olds. And he wants feedback to be a better teacher. And he wants like, what can I do to improve my classes? And then people go in and give him like whatever the shit he wants to hear. And then I decide to be honest and tell him what everyone is thinking. I get to the teacher. Do you really want to? Do you really want for people to be a better teacher, for people to pay more attention to your classes? Yeah, no, I do. I still to this day I don't know how the hell I had the guts to say that. I was 13 probably. And I straight up tell him, you need to brush your teeth before you come to class. I swear to God, the other kids in class would literally move back like a few rows. The two first rows in class would be clear of students because of the dude's breath. When he talked, it smelled like he had eaten roadkill. He was like, that's not the kind of thing you say to a teacher. He was pissed off. I just went back to my seat. Few years later, I don't know why, this is the messed up part. I just memory unlocked. Few years later, I go up to him. He had improved. He fixed his shit. So I thought I was being nice, and I told you, remember that thing I complained about? Good job. And he was like, yeah. But he did fix his shit. Halitosis. That dude was halitosis. Good lord, man. When he gets to the point where you need to sit further back in the class just to be able to pay attention. I helped him. I did. I guess I did. I cannot for the life of me tell you if I did it in good faith or not. I was 13. I was probably a little shit. Valid. I need to take this. There is a carrot here. We might need it for the password. I don't know how many carrots you need for a password. I can't believe that's something I'm worried about. Well, that's a very sweet thing for you to say, Musafate. Thank you. I mean, in my defense, right, if I was just being a little shit, I would probably have said that out loud for everyone to hear. I literally went to talk to him when no one was around. So that's probably a good sign, I guess, that I was considerate enough to do that. Still, it was funny to tell this story later to other people. Robo Corporate wouldn't have shared this. You mean old Beard Bert, rest his soul. I could use that cheese. Hang on. The thing is, these things are annoying. Okay, there we go. Just to make sure I don't lose a life on the first stage. On these ones, I should be able to do these ones without losing any health. These have a gas mask when you got that close. Not a gas mask, no. But I'm pretty sure I wasn't looking directly at him. You never looked directly at that dude and talking to him. There is this very, very old, very dumb shit joke down here about a guy that has like very, very stinky feet who goes to a dive bar and picks up a girl that has very bad halitosis, and she's just like chewing gum, so he doesn't know about it. And then they go back to his place and then like and then like he goes to the bathroom first and he takes his socks off and he washes his feet the best he can and he goes back to bed. And then the lady doesn't say anything because she doesn't want him to feel her halitosis, and she goes to the bathroom, brushes her teeth the best she can. Doesn't work, of course, and then she gets back to bed and she looks at him. Baby, I have something to tell you. And he's like, I know, you ate my socks. It's a classic. It always reminds me of this other joke that is not as good, but always reminds me of it. Do I go back? I think I go back, right? I can never remember. Yeah. Of this lady that has like very, very bad halitosis. So she's always chewing gum and she's not talking. And the guy picks her up at a bar, takes her back home, and she's not talking all the trip, just chewing on her bubblegum. And then when they get to bed, he asks, what are you chewing on? Like, try to make conversation because the lady doesn't say anything. And then she decides to take a risk. She's still chewing the gum, right? And she turns to him and says, take a guess. Shit! You're chewing on shit. How's Speedy treating me? Hello there, Alex Murphy. It's... I don't know, maybe it gets better, but the stages 3 and 4, which we are stuck on, they're horrible. Horrible. Animations are good, music is Genesis, sound effects are almost non-existent. But game is annoying. Just questioned the same thing about your own yourself and another friend last night, talking about how people change so much. I was talking about your core in another way, didn't believe it at first, maybe it was onto something. Can the real culprit beat Zyklon? I tried to do Zyklon on stream, I guess, a few months back after beating it, and I forgot everything about it already. I know all sorts of dumb jokes, but the vast majority doesn't translate well to English. I could do that for freaking save and raid, right? Every $1 you'll get a very dumb Brazilian joke. Just drummer jokes translate. Yeah, drummers are a universal constant. And then you have that classic, very short one, never leave a bass drummer in charge of the mix table. Okay, I need to at least get that extra life. Can I do that? I can't. I have to remember that I need to pull right after grabbing it, otherwise I'll land right on top of that. I hate these plant guys. Did you guys see they're releasing a remaster of Plants vs. Zombies? Exact same game, just more pixels, I guess. It's $30. What the fuck? I think it's more expensive than the original. Jokes that work in Brazil but not in English. There are a lot of those. It's a shame. Like literally my cat's name, my old Fluff's name is based on a classic Brazilian joke. It's untranslatable. I can tell you the guy's name is Bechano. It doesn't mean anything to you guys. But over here, like, what's your cat's name? Oh, it's Bechano. Oh, why is that? Oh, you know that joke that goes like, oh yeah, I know that one. But it's untranslatable. You played the one after EA bought it. Yeah, the second one, from what I heard, was starting to shit. First one I played at Proclodov, everyone did. That and Peggle. Everyone loves those two games, for good reason. I knew I was gonna get punted up there. So... shit. One of these doors will take me back there, which is whatever. But I need to do it to make sure which one it is, because I can never remember it's the first one. I can go up here to get a few things. I got a slow thing. It will make you so happy to go back to the days when a bad game release was your biggest topic to worry over. Yeah, no, I agree. The longest time you thought the Peggy rating was the Peggle rating. Can we petition to change the name of it? That sounds like a better thing. Okay, so here we need to get the third rescue first. Most of them are forgettable nowadays. Yeah, was it like Shigeru Miyamoto who said that a delayed game is good eventually, a bad game is bad forever? Hello there, Necroing. Yeah, this is the only Genesis game ever made by Cryo. It was also released on the Master System and Game Gear. Only the Game Gear made it to the United States. The Game Gear version. That thing was delayed. I'm not gonna be there. Cryo, the same Cryo that did Lovecraft Adventures, the same Cryo that was working on Hardline when they released this game. The guy that made this music that you're listening to right now did the music to Hardline. I'm not joking. Yeah, that Cryo, the one that they made this after Mega Race and Lost Eden. Yes. It's a French game based on an American intellectual property of a Mexican character published by a Japanese company currently being played by a Brazilian asshat. That's a long trip. It's so diverse. Yeah, I lost a life I shouldn't have. I was so close to the end of the stage. I messed up step there. Stupid death pits. You pay a lot more attention to the indie scene these days. Well, Hideo Kojima thinks you should. I think he made a statement recently that indie devs are doing what... are the only ones doing reasonable things nowadays. Something to that effect. I hate these guys. Especially for a hatless asshat. Why would the hat need its own hat? That makes no sense. Why would you want a hatted asshat? Like just an ass with two hats, but not one on each cheek. The hat has another hat that... A double ass hat, however, makes more sense. Double ass hat makes a lot of sense. Why isn't that an insult already? There's something there that snatches on the character that messed me up last time and almost messed me up again. Okay, but we're done. Funny how Red Zone devs Zindex became part of IO Interactive. Certainly better than AAA developers. Fuck Konami. Fuck Konami, I don't think I've seen them called that quite like that. What, you don't like Castlevania Pachinko? Why would the .NET need an S? Do .NET click. It needs a hat, so it does a little flip due to flatulence. It's just like classy. These days, I've been going for 13 years. Capcom. Castlevania Mahjong. I need to learn. I need to play more Mahjong actually. I never stopped to read about Mahjong. I feel like I need to do that at some point. I remember renting Mahjong game for the Master System and not understanding anything that was going on. By the way, we have a teleporter maze. You guys like teleporter mazes. You love teleporter mazes. I think there's nothing here. I think it's just to find this thing and move on. Concept is easy if ever can be bothered to learn the hands. You've tried and it's impossible. What about... There are some games that always mystified me. Mahjong is one of those. Then you have Go. Then you have... And I know this is gonna sound dumb, but when I was a kid, everyone had a... What do you call it? Backgammon? Something like that has like the elongated triangles. That board. Everyone had a board of that, and when I asked, no one ever knew how to play it. Backgammon. You don't understand the goal of backgammon. Like, everyone had a backgammon board and no one knew how to use it. I never heard of people actually playing it. So I know I can just do a Google search and settle that thing that Geek Cooper has been dealing with for 30 years plus. And I can never remember to do that. You have once played Go. Only AAA games actually pay attention is Metroid and Zelda. And that's the thing about Nintendo, man. Fuck Nintendo and everything they do, but they're the only AAA dev that's actually putting out reasonably playable shit. Mahjong on Master System. Yeah, I rented that once. Shanghai. Shanghai is a different thing, right? Which player played what? You read the instructions long ago, remember nothing. That's the way, yes. You dated someone who played no game besides backgammon. That's a red flag. Were they hot at least? Battle Chess made a mistake making a sequel, but it's Chinese chess, no one knows how to play that. No one. Chinese chess. Yeah, Battle Chess, I remember having that for DOS. Used to play Go Online. Yeah, I go online as well, sometimes. I like to go online. You sucked. Yeah, The thing about playing Go Online is that apparently computers don't play Go very well. Because of the nature of having hidden information or whatever. So it's not like chess where you're gonna play online and people just have a computer play for them. The red flag. She consistently beat you at backgammon, so you knew it was just skill, just never felt the way though. Yeah, I do really appreciate games that feel like they aren't skill, but they are. And I'm gonna give you guys the most jacked example ever. Monopoly. I consistently won a Monopoly. But the thing is, I didn't play the game skillfully. I played the other players. I would be like, no, you see, if we do this trade, I would convince them to do bad trades. I would social engineer my way to a victory. I'm not proud of that. Like, only a psychopath plays Monopoly the way I did, but I consistently won because of that. Shanghai's same tile pieces of each other. Oh, that's the one I kind of know how to play then. In the greasy uncle way to learn microwave from. Just sit as a kid and empty his ashtray from him, bring him beer and watch. That's microwave junk way. That sounds like a idyllic time to meet like a sky drum. Rather date someone with passion for one game than none. Alright, fair enough. No, I say that as a joke because it's backgammon of all things. But it's fun to deal with someone that is passionate about something random like that. Even FIFA. Nikki at least, there's people who play games, there are people who just play FIFA. No, that's normal. Like, people down here buy a PlayStation for FIFA, that's it. That's it? Yeah, they can have maybe a need for speed once in a blue moon. FIFA's not a game, customer manipulation system, I know. Better than you were just playing with my jungle someday for this week. Fun times, sounds like fun. The closest we got to that was like dominoes. Your Monopoly is absurdist game. As a monopolist, you should pay taxes, you should be in jail. And you're a terrible person. That's the point of Monopoly. It's supposed to be a critique on capitalism. It's supposed to be, yeah, they go to jail sometimes, not really, doesn't really matter. And sometimes they avoid taxes and then they buy everything up and they just get richer because they have everything. It was intentionally meant to be a critique. Or like satire. Playing a hockey game in the 90s that was legit great. There were sports games that were fun in the 90s. I mean, NBA Jam. But... And yeah, did good stuff. I mean, look at Road Rash, and a lot of the sports games were very reasonable. Better watch the game. You were all very drunk, there was a green arrow tile dragon under the lay the entire time, didn't figure out until the end. You would help learning Mahjong if you knew anyone else who played it. Probably, yes. I can probably jump here, it would probably be better, and maybe I can reach somewhere I can't reach otherwise. I'm gonna... It's risky, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yep. We still need to rescue one guy. We have 5 doors. Fuck you, game. They all send me back. Ah, my legs. You're fluent in the Frigidaire. You're playing Monopoly with some guys at a homeless outreach and the guy kept getting upset that they went to jail or paid taxes. That's rude, yes. There's a big Makoi community on Twitch within retro. Just play Richi, which is Japanese style. Bit more complicated hands. Great haircut, thank you. I might be getting a very dumb looking haircut this September. Just a quick heads up. I'd be getting like the dumbest haircut ever. It's for a good cause. Okay, this is the one... Yeah, I think it is. I just have to do this without taking any damage, so I can explore all the doors. Your mom hates the game live. I like that. I played that once as a kid. I thought it was fun. She was stuck a start for half the game. I know some people in that situation in real life, yes. You just did self a haircut a few days ago, feels great. I'm glad that you like it. It's not a joke, I can see that. You're getting sheared today. You should sell it. Okay, so the fifth one is back to the very start. Fourth one is up. Is this the third? It is the third guy, okay. So all we need to do is not going to any doors, unless we get stuck, of course. Because technically what we need is to find the exit. My new side ponytail will look great on me. No, that's not gonna be it. At least not this September, maybe the next one. Her hair has got too long, you just don't know what to think about it, so getting shaved short. No Jong syllable in Mandarin anyway. Makwe means sparrow. Pulse clicking as you play quickly sounds like chirping sparrows. Now I want to sit down and watch old people play that in person. Well, they do remain rescued, so I just need to find the exit. So let me look through this stage. I did have to leap of faith this bullshit to do it though. I do not appreciate that. Maybe there was a different way to do it. I kind of doubt it. I feel like this game could be so good. It does kind of suffer from level design. A little bit. It's not as bad as some of the other shit. I hate those enemies. With a freaking passion. Tiens. I realize how much you saved on Barbara visit. You had less hair than head. Oh, barbers are dumb cheap where I live. It's like I pay somewhere between $10 and $15 to when I used to do like the entire beard plus the hair. It's gonna be cheaper now that it's just the hair. Ow. And this was like one of those fancy places where they put like the hot towels on your face to shave. It still adds up. Okay, it's 40 bucks a year. That's not too much. I don't go to the barber too often. I usually go to the barber when I need my hair fixed. And I usually do that... And I do that usually on the second or third time the wife complains. Never on the first. I fucking tried. Right, this is the same thing as before. I couldn't stop and look because you died to falling rocks. I got hot towel money. I didn't know they had hot towel the first time I went there. Like, I'm sitting back waiting for my beard to get dealt with, and then this guy comes along and is this too hot, flaming shit on my face? No, it's fine! The thing is, hot towels nowadays, they just grab the towel and they put it in the microwave, so it's like, whatever. There's no reason for them not to have it. When you need to look professional, get your head shaved with a straight razor. Yeah, man, I'm not brave enough for straight razors. I'm using those easy to use disposable ones and I still nicked myself pretty bad. I'm still learning how to properly shave with those blades. But still. I'll try to skip everything. Maybe I can't find the thing. Can I see it somewhere? They have more doors. Oh? This is that same spot. Okay, I think I can redo this. Hang on. I need to be able to do... I have full health. Okay, and then what? And then what, game? Like, what the hell do you want? Like, I don't get it. No. You need distance to do these jumps, otherwise they're too risky. Get a straight razor shave from a barber. Oh, okay. Also, the best ones in Canada are Syrian Christians. Yeah, no, my barber does use a straight razor. It gets stupid smooth, man. It's so good. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I can't go down here. This is not a door. That's the one from before. I don't know! Did I go into the third door? Third door sends me... It's like the fifth one. The fifth one sends me all the way to the start. No, this is different! This is... Oh, that's the exit. Still World 1? We're still on the desert? Very good tile set. We're still in the desert! We're never getting a password! It's been 2 hours! We haven't left at the first stage! No password for you. You can only get a password when you get to the second stage. We're still on the first one. This music is very Genesis. Graphics are fine. Why is that thing? Oh, you dip a little bit here. Oh, that thing fails after a while. Okay, it looks like a more reasonable stage. I could use reasonability. Can I jump on these? I can, okay. If that thing would push me, it's kind of funny. Ow. Another carrot for the password. Carrots for the carrot god, Bugs Bunny. Does anyone want to learn Portuguese so I can share all kinds of sick memes with? I wonder if this will... I need to learn. What does this do? I'm not risking it. When I get to crazy paint, we need to remember carrots for the carrot gods. You can cover him in dipping orange carrot juice blood. You're more than welcome to remind me of that. I'm still looking... Musifate, you probably heard me say this before. I'm still trying to find a copy, a dump of Crazy Paint 3D. There is still time. Please help me. Get your contacts from back then. I'm sure you didn't burn any bridges and you still have a lot of friends. Like, no, we don't burn bridges in the game industry, right? First comment on long play. After watching this, now I know I've never finished this game. Okay, so this is gonna be with us for a few... What did I take? Okay, then what am I supposed to do then? And I can't... You didn't really have a burn bridge, you have no idea how to contact me. I have a CD of one of the Crazy Paint games, if that's any help. I'm only missing Crazy Paint 3D, which was released after all the other ones. Crazy Paint 3D, from the descriptions I could find, it has like a 360 rotation that you look around to paint. Like one of those, like, I don't know, Myst style look around to paint. I think that's what it is. It's the only one I can... Look, the graphics for that thing are breaking on the corner of the screen. And my cactus. And my cactus. Engineering animations. Let me see the many logos pop up. The 3D one does exist. I saw it. I saw an auction for it, maybe. But not much else. I mean, am I just going through all the stage? I could use that. Okay, that worked, I guess. You model or delete some of those 3D backgrounds and those other ones. Interesting. Yeah, you see a burning bridge, and you bring in the gasoline. Do you need any help? I don't know what to do here. I can't. Oh. No, it isn't. I can't throw the rope up. I thought I was gonna throw the rope up there and climb on it maybe, but no. Throwing the head doesn't do anything. I can't go. If you offer to help me light fire to some bridges, let me know. I mean, yeah, get in line. Everyone wants that. I wonder if there is like passages here, because the second segment had caves, the first segment had holes. I wonder if there's... I wonder if there's something we're missing here. Yeah, Alex Murphy, that's what's going on. Zulfair's bridge lighting services are high in demand. I don't get it. But yeah, Alex Murphy, we are on stage 5, but it still counts as world 1, so we don't get a password. Like, are we missing an entrance of some kind? Do I press up on something that is absolutely not obvious? Or down? Down doesn't do anything in this game. It moves the camera down. Macau, they speak very interesting Cantonese because their other official language is Portuguese. You always struggle to understand that accent. That sounds so interesting. I was not aware of that. A country where they speak Portuguese and Cantonese, and then they get both probably with a heavy accent. It's fascinating. What am I supposed to do here? I don't get it. You know how to go through the ground. Wait, is that a thing? Oh, you mean like under here? Use your feet to dig. In the recessed parts. How the fuck am I supposed to try doing that? I read the manual, there was nothing about it in the manual. The fuck? If I had rented this game, I would return it without beating this stage. Jesus Christ, thank you. But now I have to go back because I have to explore all of those others to find the missing guy. Yeah, I'll go back right away. Shit. Of course, going through one of these, all the enemies respawn, and we have no help. Okay, we're starting last live. We're starting this stage from the beginning. We took all the chilies. We have very little, and we might not be able to run. The F. Technically, Macau is part of China. Same way Hong Kong is part, not happy about it. As the two official languages are Portuguese and Chinese, with Cantonese is spoken form. We think about Chinese, sometimes you have words you only use spoken and use it different when writing and vice versa. All of these are gonna be passages. How the F do I find the guides that I need to rescue? Things made in Macau. You know what? You're right. Now the only things you get made in Macau are like Kevin Costner video games. Yeah. Project X, yes. That one too. And I totally get spending so much time on a project like that you can't stop working on it because you're at some critical point or whatever, then you get completely biojacked by it. Fine with the internet that's dying away, produce conversational words written online so whole generation is not picky. That's actually a good thing, and that goes to my argument of language evolving. Absolute, keep it all documented. future generations, but let the language evolve into something that is more usable. Ultimately, it needs to serve the needs of communications of people, not some golden standard of culture, which is a finicky concept by itself anyway. I mean, gotta give them some credit for keeping the stages varied and different. Okay, we found one guy. No matter what the French think. Please don't ask the French about their language. Like, just, like, take the croissants and be happy with them, like... Skibbity truth. I know you're trying to make a counter-argument in the worst way possible while pretending to agree, but come on. And then someone showed kids an old video of that stupid Crazy Frog video. And then the kid said, "Oh, was this the Skibbity toilet of your days?" In a way, I guess. You do agree, don't like certain things that come of it. I mean, we are old, we're not meant to like those things, so it's working as intended. Why is this one different? I didn't expect that enemy, now I'm almost dead. One more hit and we're back to the beginning of the game. I'll try to be slow. Why did you stop? You almost threw me off. Some things you do like, but yeah, the old sneaks in. Okay, second rescue. Stage has to be done very slowly. You have to wait for the dip on that bat. And then align yourself to punch up. Like, dip, and then you go. Another ant. Okay. Drip and Reese bother you more. I don't know, I know this is unfair to say. And I'm sure there is like modern lingo that we consider valid that would probably be considered by older people. But sometimes I feel like they do that shit just to be like, yeah, you don't get it because you're old. I mean, they know it's dumb, they just don't care. Which is, you know, fine. Like, well, when I was a kid, we started using this expression. Like, when walking somewhere, which was, like, very grammatically wrong. I can't translate it, it's not translatable. Just, like, grammatically wrong way of saying going somewhere using your feet. And everyone just agreed, we're gonna do that because old folks don't like it. That was the whole point of it. So it's not like the discourse is getting dumber. No, they're trying to get on our nerves. It's part of being young. We did that too. Expression that meant just anything like skivity, or forget the others. There's a little of getting on their nerves, there's a little just wanting something of their own. Which is also valid. And some of that is valid on its own will carry on as they get older and language evolves. And that's fine, and that's part of the beauty of it. If jazz bands are playing Skibidi Toilets... that's a sentence I was not expecting to read today. Thank you, Mystic Theory. Yeah, yeah, I understand that Riz is just charisma. Riz. Yeah, it's fine. Like, never gonna use it. It's not for me. It's whatever. When you were young, you hated lame abbreviations. It must be fate. It's just a joke. Okay, don't be annoyed. Have you ever, at any age, actually liked anything? I'm just kidding. Yeah, stylish fashion is drip. That one I know. Like someone is dripping with style, I guess. Yeah, check the drip on that guy. He not only has the drip, also has the Riz. Yeah, for real, for real. The thing with Skibidi and the comparison to Crazy Frog is that everyone hated, like, yeah, Crazy Frog was brain rot from our days, but no one liked Crazy Frog. No one genuinely was like, "Who, Crazy Frog, my favorite. Let's talk about." No, it was this thing that sometimes, for some reason, there would be a video of it playing somewhere, and people would be like, "But that gonna shut that down. That shit is dumb." Meanwhile, they actually talk about Skibidi, so they actually like it. So there's a difference. It's not a complaint like a series of world issues one's just some kind of big deal. I'm just kidding, man. Don't worry, I'm sorry. I didn't know Crazy Frog. No, man, no, I'm not doing that. Annoying thing. Yeah, he did have a penis at some point, didn't he? That's how we... For sure had overused terms. Yeah, every generation does. It's fine. Like, look, the difference is that modern generations have all that shit online. Forever undeletable. So I can say that I always thought Crazy Frog was dumb because no one is ever gonna find a post of me on Twitter or whatever the shit people use these days saying, "Oh, Crazy Frog is the best." Like, there's no evidence of that. I never did say it. I always hated it, but you know, someone probably loved Crazy Frog, and that would haunt him for the rest of his days, and then he would have to own it. You know, what are you talking about? Crazy Frog's actually good. You know, because now they're invested Like Jar Jar being something old people thought kids were like. Yeah, no, that's a good description, yes. That's very good. Somehow when he left Europe, he became a frog and a eunuch. That's... Europeans love to have their shit naked. I'm surprised we haven't seen a sex scene in this French game yet. Like freaking... What's the name of that game that I played on stream that was very French? The Urban Runner? There is a scene of a guy looking at a girl's cleavage and then there is implied sex. Freaking... Hardline has a sex scene out of nowhere. It's just random. Yeah, let's have sex on camera because... Croissants, I don't know. He still had his pin in the US. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna look up... Like, you guys can't trick me. I'm not looking up Crazy Frog. Alright? I don't want that on my search history. Not that I do searches outside of a... of an incognito tab anyway. Like, I don't use the internet. Like, I check my emails on a regular browser window. Because I have to be logged in. That's about it. Everything else is... incognito window. I just don't want the cookies to linger. I know they can still track me. Yeah. I just don't want it to be like, remember who I am, please. Sex because French, yes. Bonsai Buddy. That reminds me of that Bouncy Buddy computer virus thing. Not an actual virus, but... an unremovable thing that people would get installed into their computers alongside 500 toolbars on their browser. You guys remember the toolbars on the browser? You go help an older relative. And they have like 30% of the screen available for a web page. Everything else is toolbars. And like wallpaper of the day or some shit. No cookies does help. Yeah, it does. Like, I'm not gonna be pretending that it fixes anything. But it does help, so I do most of my browsing with no cookies. And then you get websites that are not just like you have to disable your cookies. There are websites nowadays that are like you have to disable incognito mode. And I'm like, dude, I'm not getting on this jacked ass shit of yours without the incognito window. Are you kidding me? I'm not... That's asking for trouble. Weather app is the wallpaper. That's not the worst. You guys remember when they got so modern you could have a web page as your wallpaper, and they called it Active Desktop. And then like, I don't know if that happens to you guys, but every relative I have that has a computer that is not very computer literate, they have, and it's probably a default or something, they have a little stock tracker on their taskbar. They don't even know what stocks are. And they have a little stock tracker saying, no, this stock went up. I feel like I want to ask them, like, is that good? Like, you have that over there, what you make with that information? And if you develop resistance to using websites, you get less traffic by them as it gets worse. Yeah, that I can get that. Playwright, character animation, musician, director, gets remembered for dub animations, made a company imitating a motorcycle. You see people naked at the beach, lakes, and parks and things arguing in Germany as much as the best. There are many flaccid winners to be found still. Well, okay, I guess I know where to go for my flaccid winner fix, if I ever need it. You remember Active Desktop? Animated GIF background, that's all you wanted from it. A lot of people want animated backgrounds. Why do we need to resort to third-party programs for that? Everyone wants those. Just let me select an MP4 as a wallpaper. You had a weather app that would tell you if the clouds are farting in your general direction. You had a stock ticker on the Windows 98 desktop. You can? On modern Windows? I haven't tried. My relationship with wallpapers is like, oh, I want a wallpaper. I get one. And that's it. Like, I keep the same wallpaper for like 2-3 years because I get used to it. Like, I go on a website that has good wallpapers. I browse for like half an hour. I download like 15 wallpapers. I select one, that's it. 2 years later, repeat the cycle. One wallpaper per Windows install. No, I can't do that. It would be the same wallpaper for like 500 years. I stopped reinstalling Windows. Like, I used to do that every year. I got annoyed. I got like lazy. So I just don't. And I know that it's probably me being old or whatever. I don't understand people who... And not criticizing. I'm saying that I don't understand, it's different. People who have a car as their wallpaper. Why would you... Why a car? Like, usually wallpapers for me are either like abstract or scenery. And then I'm getting fucked over here. And then cars, video game characters, also don't understand. I had to move to the right, I can never remember that. And then of course I'm not gonna talk about the people that have like semi-naked anime characters as a wallpaper. Like, I'm not criticizing, you can do whatever, I just don't get it. Like, are people like, okay, I'm gonna minimize all my windows and I'm gonna jack off? Is that a thing? Maybe it is, maybe I'm just out of touch. Like, Windows key plus M to minimize everything because I'm feeling horny. Is that a thing? Do people do that? Anything so they don't open a browser window? Wait, is this a place where I think it is? Most of the time when you disable the thing, it leaves a big black square that XYZ is disabled. Just take it off there. Yeah, but Start menu on Windows 11 has that. When you disable the thing no one wants, the recommendations. Countryside from Witcher 3 game don't even like, but the scene is beautiful. That's fine, I think I've done that with other games, that I didn't even realize it was from a game. Have shifting wallpaper theme of Higgy. Sometimes minimize everything, then oh hello, then back to work. Pro moves use 40 different desktops with their top 40 big-titted anime girls on them. You hotkey through them with one hand. Alright. When I was 18, I think, I was using Linux for the first time. And you could switch between different desktops. It wasn't a thing on Windows. I did have naked ladies on a bunch of different desktops. To this day, I don't understand why I did that. And I found my backups from those days. And I was looking through those pictures, and there was one, good God, man, it pains me to admit to this, but there was this one which was like a lady with a shirt on a pool, so the t-shirt was wet, and the t-shirt had like Linux with a penguin written on it, and I thought it was like hot shit having the wallpaper. And here's the thing. This wasn't my home computer. This was on my college public computer account that you log into at the lab and people can see what you're doing. I don't know what kind of person was I? I can't look at that and think that person grew up to be a functional adult. And I was looking through those backups. And I recognized one of those images. It was one of those... And I don't know where the hell I found that. I knew nothing about that shit. I don't know why I kept it. I know it was one of the wallpapers I used. One of those was one of those I only learned much later. One of those Geiger ladies that is naked but also disturbing. Why? What was wrong with me? Why did I have one of those as a wallpaper? On a public computer? The lab with the LAN parties. Yes, Tiger Skyjohn, this very same one. Yes, thank you for remembering that. A horny dipshit. Yeah, probably, man. I'm sorry if anyone that is watching this stream happens to be a lurker that has never written in chat and happened to be my colleague in college. That was probably just for the first year or something. I was probably like, oh, I'm free, I can do whatever, let me be an edgy dipshit, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm a better person, I regret those days. You had a guy go later and post in your room for most of her teenage years. Yeah, okay. We're two people with problems. Somehow it doesn't hit the same having naked man. Sexy guy lady or a hexer. That might be it, maybe. I did had a quote-unquote hacker face. Because I was at some point I was a teenager dipshit. Like, I'm not gonna apologize too much. I learned from it. As long as you keep evolving as a person. And here's the thing, okay, in my defense, I just remembered something. They had default wallpapers to show up on the login screens on those computers. Right? And they did have sexy ladies on those. And I remember that because I remember this faculty member coming along and saying that they needed to take it out and put something else because it was a little bit inappropriate because we did have, you know, it was a computer science course, but we did have women attending as well. And I remember being like, can't even have naked ladies on the computers anymore. It was a different culture back then. It was very shitty. Okay, so now I know this one sends me back. I don't need to check that. The girl from the film Species was hot in human form. I'm glad I don't know what movie you're talking about. Was where if she's sucking a gas tank, it's art. You're guilty of pretty yaoi, boys. I mean... go for it. I'm glad you're not going for the ugly ones. That would be more worrying. Not dirty, but definitely shirts unbuttoned. just the right amount of horny, just to tear on the edge of respectable lady. But naked men on their problem solved. I'm pretty sure someone suggested that. I'm pretty sure someone suggested that, and then the faculty member complaining just shot them a look, and I'm pretty... You know, now that you say it, it must have been suggested. And I remember this Why did you run like that? Holy shit. I remember that mostly because I was the one that ended up, like, rendering a bunch of abstract wallpapers to replace those. I mean, it was the early 2000s. If you... I missed something! Oh god, this is a problem. I missed one. In the army, you were told you can't have images of naked women on your lockers. Privates, this is a Vietnam War era. It's a sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean... It is actually a good change, as much as younger me would understand that. I'm going back because I missed a rescue and I don't know where it is, so I have to redo this stage, basically. Which is probably gonna cost me a life. I'll try my best here. Especially with some of this shit. Good god. Well, I didn't go this way. Oh, so it's probably this guy. There's a guy here, right? Yeah, there is, okay. Alright, Zofair. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you once again for the beats. Have a good sleep, my friend. I will work on that alert, I swear. Maybe I'll have time for that tomorrow. The species goal was basically a Geiger later transformed between sexy human and disturbing xenomorph. That's intriguing, but I don't want to watch it. This is terrible, sorry Brazil. Picture Brazil always having beautiful voluptuous girls in carnival costumes and bikinis. On a practical level that's not true, and yet... I haven't seen one of those, but I live in a state that is not known for that. But yeah. Problem with the naked man, you're sorry everyone has ever sent you a picture of your dick unsolicited, is that usually women don't want to see you naked unless very specific situations. I get that. To most women, in most situations, a man in a suit, or a man in a suit with a buttoned shirt, or maybe like, I don't know, all of those are way more attractive than a naked man. And it's not difficult to understand that, because if you're being honest, as a man who is attracted to women, a well-dressed man looks better than a naked man. It's just the same for women. It's the exact same. Do you want to see a picture of a dick? No one wants to see a picture of a dick, alright? Shit. Just losing the tie a little, yeah, see. Sexy me picture, yeah. And the fact that you apologize to people who sent unsolicited dick pics is flabbergasting. You don't apologize for people for being literal dicks. That's one of those things I can proudly say that I have never even considered doing. Not just sent, not even taken. Who the? I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone in chat. Who the hell points a camera at their own dick and takes a picture? I don't get it. I've never ever felt the need to do that. You know what? I want this framed. Like what? I don't get it. And then you send it to someone else. Man, I'll be embarrassed. Read this right after confirmation pictures text completely changes the meaning. This is gonna be hard. It is a lot of effort. Yeah, you have so many chances to realize you're making a mistake. You have so many chances, like, has anyone ever heard of a story of someone who sent an unsolicited dick pic to someone and then, you know what? Just because of that, I wanna have sex with you. Even the most ridiculous porn video, that's not a thing. Like, you can't even claim like it sounded like a good idea in my head. You cannot claim to have used your head in the process at any moment when you got to that decision. You've done it, it wasn't unsolicited. See, that's very different. Personally, I would still be uncomfortable. But that's very different. Like, you have a very different dynamic at play there. Like, let's no, that's completely different context. Personally, I still wouldn't do it. I still don't understand people who do it, but that's acceptable. That's just on the matter of I don't get it. Alright, Mystic Theories, thank you. Yeah, we're talking about the Schwartz right now. You know, someone went to the toilet, took a picture, then came back and showed a girl in the bar and it worked. What the f- Was the girl aware there are other people in the world that own a dick? Because you make it sound like, look, I have a dick. I've been looking for one of those for so long. Good God, finally. They sent you the photos. You didn't like doing it, but it seemed fair. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. You didn't like doing it. That's fine. You had a crush on her. Damn. Alright, no, that's... Alright, Mozart. Especially if you were younger, that's perfectly... You didn't need to justify your dick pic sending to me, but... I can... That's a very specific situation where I can understand maybe even doing the same what you did. Probably not, but maybe. You weren't traumatized, just mildly awkward. Oop, oop. No, no! I was doing so fucking well! Jesus Christ, I hadn't even taken a lot of damage. It's all the dick pics in chat. Stop. There's a Rammstein song about this, I wouldn't know. They just scream all the time. Do their songs actually have lyrics? I thought it was just grunting. I say that as someone who actually likes listening to Rammstein. You have complained about this before, so you won't again. And then proceeds to complain, alright. But there are still not very cool people in retro on Twitch when they found out you are an Asian woman. Guess must blame yourself for the fact that you talk about yourself and don't need to hide being man on Twitch. I completely, absolutely get that. And like, I'm not gonna apologize for what other people do. But if we're gonna be perfectly honest, right? And I think no one should be angry with me saying this because it's true. A lot of men are shit. Like, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be down here. I'm very sorry to people who are physically attracted to men because you have to deal with that shit. No one deserves that. And the pic was found. Hallelujah, started playing in the background. A dick! Ah! You're not mentioning who this time. I don't know, man. Part of me is glad that I'm like married and I don't have to deal with that drama anymore. But it can be very messy. Okay, I think I got everyone. Where was the exit again? It was down here. We had to go on the third door. Yeah, there we go. I remembered. It's fourth to rescue, third to exit. Step outside the retro is crazy out there. Yeah, I see stories of people being like, if a person is a girl or a woman can't play online, it has to hide who they are because people are shit. Yeah, that's absurd, man. Imagine if you couldn't even play games properly just because your voice is high-pitched so people go crazy about it. That's... I don't know, maybe it's because I'm old, but I just... fuck those people. Anyway, we're playing this game for over 3 hours, so we're back here finally. We have 3 lives. Maybe I can finish the first stage someday, I don't know. But I'm gonna have to stop the timer here. I'm gonna come back to this game tomorrow.